Hello, my pec-popping unicorns. Every so often, I will take a topic from my live stream and showcase it here and any additional context that needs be. Now, I'm fairly sure that this topic is straightforward. However, I'm certain it will reveal something you did not know about the chest and how you can change yours ultimately as well. And in the end, I will give you some exercises to help the overall shape of your chest too. So definitely do not miss that. The topic is in relation to the overall shape of my chest, and are there bigger pecs out there than mine? The TLDR is yes, absolutely, most definitely yes. I will also clarify what I mean by chest shape and harsh reality behind it all as well, because we got some good news and some not so good news. Stay tuned. When you have had the best shape of the pecs, oh, Lorenz, I don't know because I think best shape of the pecs is literally in the eyes of the beholder, as they like to say, you know, like beauty's in the eyes of the beholder. So I'm not 100% sure where I would say, oh, these are the best pecs I've ever had. Do you know someone who has bigger pecs than yours? Professional bodybuilders, typically. They're gigantic, guys. The problem is, not the problem, but the reason why they may or may not seem bigger, it really depends, is because they also get a lot wider because, well, that's kind of what they do. Whereas I don't go to that extreme. So, yeah, they would, typically speaking, they would. Plus, they have mountains of assistance on their side as well to kind of make sure that they get like that. But I can certainly tell you they do not certainly look like mine, or they certainly don't feel like mine, but they're probably bigger than mine because they're more stretched out, whereas mine are more inward. I have a very specific look, and that's why I like to keep it at. I could stretch them out more, but I think if I stretched them out more, I'd lose what makes them special. So gotta be careful. I have a look, and I like to keep to that kind of look. Maybe change it slightly, but I think I found my look that I generally kind of like to stay around within a little, you know, a little bit back and forth between it. But at least I think I found it. You listen to me in 1 year's time, guys, and I'll have changed my mind again. You heard it now. Okay, let me tell you what I'm on about. So chaos. So here we go. So what I mean by this, okay, if I stand up, like of course I'm standing up right now, and if I just keep like this, okay, if I just keep inwards, if I just maintain my natural shape right here in front of you, I'm not posing, I'm not doing anything special, I'm literally just standing, okay? Now, if I decided, now look at my chest very carefully. I don't think it's that hard for me to tell you to look at my chest. For some reason, I don't know. It's just a guess, okay? It's just a guess. Look at my boobies. So if I was to say to you to look at my chest very carefully. Now, if I'm just standing, just normal, no posing, no flexing, no nothing. Now, if I decided that I wanted to get a little bit wider, in terms of increasing the size of my shoulders, the width of my shoulders, or the width of my back. Now look at my breasts very carefully. Yes. Now, if I decided to widen, can you see what happens to the shape of my chest? So if I go from just relaxed, but then I wanted to widen, you see how the shape will change. So if I held that shape and decided to go wider, like one of those professional gigantic bodybuilders, you know, the Arnold Schwarzeneggers of the day, the J. Cutlers, Ronnie Colemans, all those people, you can see how it changes to shape ever so much. It stretches. So what happens is that your shoulders will start to pull on your chest. Like you can even do it yourself. It's right there. It's very simple to see. So your chest will expand. So instead of looking more like, let's say, more like rounded like mine are, if I decided to go wider, I lose a little bit, just a little bit, but I lose a little bit of that roundening effect, okay? So with my particular look, although I do want to increase my width very slightly, I have to be very careful that if I want to maintain this well-known look that you see in front of you, because pretty much everyone can recognize my chest at this stage, I think, across the internet, across all the socials and stuff. Like, people literally be like, that's Jay's chest. You know, they can point it out. That's mine. It's a unique chest. Chests don't look like mine in general. It's quite rare. That's why I'm very proud of it. But if I decided to widen it, see how the shape will change. It's still nice, but it does change. And that's literally where I'm coming to from with the whole widening effect. So those professional bodybuilders, they absolutely have a bigger chest than me, because I'm not a professional bodybuilder. I just love training and fitness, and I'm a trainer after all, so I want to look good, obviously, and strong, etc. But they will have a much bigger chest. But they're so goddamn wide, like they can barely get through the goddamn doors. Some of them can barely fit through a door, that there's so much up there. You know, if they could somehow just decrease their width, they'd probably have these gigantic knockers in front of them, you know. Now, that would cause them a lot of trouble on their back, for one, but you see where I'm saying. So yes, they absolutely have a bigger chest. Hey, my pec-popping unicorns, I hope you enjoyed that little clip from my live stream, and I hope it entertained you just a little bit as well. Now, let me further clarify on what I'm talking about by that overall chest shape. Now, the overall chest shape cannot be changed in terms of the shape of it itself. The reason for that is because of your genetics, your DNA. Your origin insertion points, typically where your muscles meet and extend, they are also attached to your sternum, which is also immovable. Those origin and insertion points are also immovable. They cannot be altered. They cannot be changed. So you are given what you are given. However, what certainly can be changed is the size of your muscles and the surrounding muscles. So when you increase the width of your back or even your shoulders, you can definitely widen, okay, and increase the overall size of your chest. So this widening effect can definitely give that appearance that your chest has changed shape, that is. Ultimately, it has changed in terms of the size because the surrounding muscles have also increased. That is what we're wanting at the end of the day. Now, in saying that, we can definitely once again grow the size of our chest. And the chest is divided into 3 certain sections. Basically the upper, the middle, and the lower, or as in the textbooks, it would be the clavicular head, the sternum head, and then also the abdominal head as well. Now, in particular, the abdominal head is what we're looking at. It's a downwards facing muscle. And that's what we will be looking at right now in terms of a lot of people want to get that roundening shape. And that's what I was trying to refer to in that live stream clip that you've seen already. Now that lower shape that we have here, that you can see right here, this can be definitely developed just like the rest of the heads. And ultimately developing all 3 heads is the key to a lovely looking chest, which once again will be determined by your genetics at the end of the day. The hard work that you put in with everything else in between will be your final result. your final form, so to speak. So let me give you 3 important exercises to help shape that lower roundness overall, to increase that depth, to increase that size of that lower portion of the chest. The first one will be your decline barbell bench press. Now you can also do this with dumbbells, but I believe it's a lot safer to do it with a barbell. So if you can find a set decline bench in your gym, or even an adjustable bench in your gym, set it to a decline 15 degrees or lower, and that will absolutely hit your lower chest perfectly. Another great one will be your chest dips as well. It has been proven that these chest dips will ultimately hit your lower chest perfectly fine. And the last one, we probably all heard of flies, but have you ever heard of cable crossovers? It's essentially doing flies but on cables. Now, not just regular cables where you're just going to set them where they're roughly midway or slightly higher than midway to your chest, but you're going to actually set the cables high and you're going to aim low. Doing this pulling down effect ultimately will also be affecting that downward shape of your abdominal head. So take those 3 exercises and go to town with them, and best of luck with achieving that rounder shape at the end by ultimately, as we already mentioned, increasing the size of the chest. To further deepen that effect, it will be a result typically in the middle of a lower percentage of body fat. And that's a completely different topic for another day. But if you need any more help with these type of exercises, you can find them on my fitness website. Link down below. Until we meet again, my pec-popping unicorns, thank you for watching. And remember to subscribe to see more videos like this in the future. Until we meet again, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night. Take care. Bloodbane, big muscle flexing, welcome to you. Thank you for pressing the follow button a couple of minutes ago. Same with Professor Rabbit. Ooh, I like your name. Professor Rabbit, big muscle flexing, welcome to you as well. Follow the white rabbit. And Dalty Walty, what a cute name, Dalty Walty, big muscle flexing, welcome also to you as well.